Is on. Scores. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm always just fixing everything up, making sure I'm right for y'all. You know. Uh, hey man. Super Bowl weekend just passed. You know, we want to talk about it. J. Cole dropped the album. We gonna talk about it, but you know, I want to make sure I got my guy here with me. My guy E, you locked in today, bro?
What up, bro?
Yeah, man. My guy E, he behind the camera. Somebody asked me in the comments, they was like, yo, who you be looking at when you talking? So I got to make sure y'all know I'm talking to somebody. It ain't no gimmick. But man, Scorers, welcome back. Welcome back to the Real Hooper Show. I'm your host, Sean Suge Amos. And we got a good show for you, man. We got a good show. First things first, man. My man J. Cole dropped his album on Friday. E, are you a J. Cole fan?
Yeah, I'll tune into a couple of songs here and there.
Are you a Drake fan?
Yeah, of course I'm.
Yeah, there you go. See, I always say this, right? And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are, what you doing, bro? If you are a Drake fan, it's hard. I really, it's not often I find guys who are Drake fans that's also J. Cole fans, like big J. Cole fans. Like, I think people are like, Drake fans tolerate J. Cole. They just tolerate J. Cole. Like, yeah, that song was kind of cool. Like, you know what it is? You know what it is? And you as a Drake fan, you don't want to say you're not a J. Cole fan, or you don't want to seem like you're not locked in with J. Cole because it just makes you look silly. It makes you look like you don't have no substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of want to be like, yeah, you know, I'll listen to his radio stuff. You know what I mean? Like, J. Cole is one of those guys, man. You got to really understand storytelling. You got to really enjoy music from that realm. Like, if you don't like music from a storytelling space, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to follow J. Cole. Like, for instance, this song Power Trip. That was like a continuous song from a song back in like 2007, where he liked the girl, she had a boyfriend. I can't think of the name right now, but that song came from that. Power Trip hits a little different when you know the background of Power Trip. But this album was a breath of fresh air, man. Breath of fresh air, you know. And the reason why I say that is because I can't really think of the last time I actually listened to an artist and every song was telling a story, was painting a picture. 24 songs, all painting a picture, right? Like you said, he was like, damn, 24? You know what I mean? Like, that's attention span stuff right there. You know what I mean? But it was all good. It was all good, man. I got a few favorites so far. Legacy, I love Legacy. 2-6, The Fall Off. You heard The Fall Off, right? That was the main one where he kind of rapping backwards.
No,
that's artistry at his best. Like, he's rapping backwards. Like not rapping backwards, but he's like rapping his life and is coming backwards. Like, he walks down the aisle, then he goes back to the club, and then he, you know, it's dope.
Didn't Nas do that in Rewind?
Could have. I haven't heard Rewind. But at the same time, a lot of this is a saying that said, nothing is new under the sun. Everybody's going to put their hand on some type of style, but the way he did it was dope. So maybe that's why it's super dope to me, because maybe that's the first time I heard it. Then he got another song called Life Sentence, where he talks about his girl or whatnot. It sounds like, you know, like maybe for the rapping world, rap culture, it sounds like maybe prison or something like that. But Life Sentence, he talking about his girl. Quick Stop, he's painting a picture of him stopping at the gas station and, you know, doing his thing there. And somebody, a fan goes up to him and he talks about still being inspired and all that type of stuff. So, man, I love the album. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. Make sure y'all check it out, man. J. Cole is, to me, I think J. Cole, you got to be in your top 10 all the time. Bare minimum top 10. If you're young, I say top 5. But we'll get to that in a second. Super Bowl, man. The Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Are you a big football fan?
Nah, I ain't a big
He
football
ain't a
guy.
big football fan, y'all. I'm so sorry he's not a big football fan. I'm not a big football fan either. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a super casual when it comes to that. Football, I'm gonna be real with you. It stops too much for me. I don't have the patience for it. I just don't have the patience for it. I tried to play it when I was younger, but we just couldn't afford the equipment. So I didn't want to like discourage my mom and be like, Mom, you can't get $200 together and give me some equipment. So I just was like, you know what? These Chris Webbers is $60. It's all good. We can just rock with basketball. But the Super Bowl was I watched it. I was in a space where we can actually watch it. But I didn't I didn't watch it. It was too much distractions and stuff like that. It's like a LA mansion party. Yeah. I'm not like sitting there. You can barely hear anything. You gotta be a real football fan to really be into it. Like that's how I be with basketball though. Like when we go to people have like NBA finals parties and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm listening. I'm chilling.
I feel like it's different though. A basketball party, a basketball get together. I feel like I will be tuned into the game.
Yeah, because you like basketball. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I like when let's say people have a game or a party for the NCAA championship. I'm not like paying attention to surroundings. I don't really want to talk to nobody. I'm trying to watch the game. But I just like to be in the atmosphere, the environment, maybe, just to be around people. But I'm not like really trying to converse. Super Bowl, this particular party, I'm there networking and talking to people and shit. But anywho, and also too, I wanted to troll my friends. I got a couple friends who like Patriots fans. They Patriots fans, but they from Philly. I don't know how that connects, but I just wanted to troll them a little bit, talk shit. So that's why I came. But what about
my fault? You think the Super Bowl is like a national holiday? Like people are.
I mean, football is a very much so American sport. Not a lot of countries play football, so football is also it's an American sport. So yeah, I think it's considered like it's treated like that, right? Like so, for instance, I have basketball games for my AAU team not every weekend, but every other weekend, right? But Super Bowl weekend is a weekend you can't play in any tournaments because nobody's having games on Sundays. Nobody's having games on Sundays. It's respected as a holiday. It's respected as a holiday. So Super Bowl, it was everybody was there though. The girls gonna always go to the Super Bowl parties because of the halftime show. Bad Bunny was the halftime show this year. Are you a Bad Bunny fan?
I support his music.
You support his music?
I'm not gonna say I'm a fan.
I gotta be real with you. I'm a supporter. I don't know any Bad Bunny songs. I might know them off of default. Like when I say default, I mean I might have heard it in the club and didn't know it was him, or maybe heard it out or heard it on the radio or whatever the case may be, and didn't know it was him. I've heard of him. I remember maybe 6 years ago, some girl was like Bad Bunny, and so I didn't really tap into it, but I see his importance, right? Because the reason why I say importance, because I love seeing different cultures on the main stage. I think every culture has that right. I think every culture deserves a voice, especially when it comes to music. So, you might have Afro beats next year. What is it, Burna Boy? Burna Boy, your Afro beats guy? So you might have, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think like having Kendrick Lamar do it last year and he at least his performance represented Black culture in America, right? I think the world should see that. Same thing with Bad Bunny representing the Latino community. The world should see that because ultimately we all built America. We all built America. And it's sometimes sad to see like so many people in the world want to believe that only one voice should be seen, only one imagery should be seen, only one culture should be accepted. So I like to see stuff like this. Even though I don't know none of his music, I was excited to see everybody else excited about it. I was excited to see my Latino friends, my brown friends, and everything else. They get excited about it. So yeah, I think the Super Bowl should stay focused on that. I think they should constantly focus on different cultures, and that doesn't necessarily mean you can't do white America music as well, you know. But like a Taylor Swift and shit like that, I think I think it's all necessary. I just don't like the fact that I don't like the fact that people try to make it seem like it's only one voice. It's only one thing we should be seeing. It's only one imagery we should follow. It's only one culture that is accepted. Nah, we all come from different cultures, bro. We all come from different cultures. Moving on. So I went to this coach's like a dinner on Friday, right? And we were talking about old school coaches. I said, I'm an old school coach. And one of the coaches was like, yo, I don't think you should go with that title, right? Let me ask you, E. When I say I'm an old school coach, what does that mean to you?
Like your traditions, like your traditions is old school. Like I don't like.
Do you feel like I'm trying to say I'm mean?
Nah, I don't think necessarily mean you mean off the jump. That just jumps in my head like you mean.
Right. Does it sound like you're a person who yells?
I mean, there's multiple types of old school coaches. So you could be like a person who yells. You could be more stern. You could be a little lenient, but everything's like traditional. Like everybody has to tuck in their jerseys.
Right.
Like there's different types of ways you could be old school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I was trying to tell him. Like when I say I'm an old school coach, I'm a coach who cares. I'm a coach who's going to give you 150%. Yes, there's at times, you know, just because of the world we live in, the gym's not free, right? Like, so you got to pay that, you know, to travel across to the city and take time from people's family. I think it's fair to ask for a fee that's affordable for families. But when I say I'm an old school coach, I'm just a coach who cares about you. I could tell if you're going to be a basketball player long term, or you're going to be a basketball player who just playing basketball. You can learn a lot from basketball. I think all players should learn a lot from training and being a basketball player to help mold their character. So I try to be an old school coach in that way. When I say I care, it comes from a place where when I was growing up, the coaches in the neighborhood, they just cared about you. Like, you know, they go to McDonald's, they get you a burger, they drive you home, make sure you got home safe. You might not have all the money on the tournament. They kind of buy your meals for you. You know, they sacrifice a lot. So when I was saying it, I don't think they experienced the same thing I experienced. Like, for instance, like I think they thought immediately like you just mean and you talk crazy to kids, right? You've been coached to me, Bobby, before when you was a kid, when you was younger. Have I ever yelled at you?
Nah, you never yelled.
I feel like it's more to it.
Your voice would be higher, but it's not yelling.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
did I ever make you feel like you wasn't worth a basketball player?
No, I wasn't. Nah, never like that. Not on those type of lines.
So for me, when I say like growing up, I didn't see people yelling at other people's kids. Like my coaches didn't yell at me. Like I agree that with you that yeah, I can raise my voice. I can talk louder. I can show frustration, right? But you've seen your parents show frustration too, right? So now every parent, everyone shows frustration differently, right? But that doesn't necessarily, I don't think kids should be led to believe that the world is the household. Like everybody's going to be different. But as long as you're not being like malicious, like you just trying to break his spirit type of thing, that's when I think is like an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby Knight. You know who Bobby Knight is?
I've heard of him. Did he coach for the Lakers?
No. Bobby Knight was the Indiana Hoosiers coach.
Okay.
He is notorious for like throwing chairs, cussing the refs out, cussing his kids out, like very, very strict when it came to basketball. Yeah, like that's how, like, I think when I said old school coach, I think that's what resonated in their head. Like, oh, Bobby Knight type of, nah, bro. Like, you know, you just trying to get the best out of kids. You know, so every kid is different. One thing I did have to learn though, as I matured as a coach, is I had to learn that everybody can't be coached the same. I got that from not Bobby Knight, Bob Huggins. He used to coach. He used to coach for Cincinnati when he coached for Cincinnati when he said this. You can't coach the first player, your main player, the same way you coach the 15th player on the bench, because it just wouldn't make sense. Like there's something you got to get out of your starting point guard, because that's the extension of you. It don't make no sense that you constantly talking to the 15th player on the bench, right? You know, because they're the 15th player, you wasting time now. So, but I was like, you know, I always try to treat people fairly and try to, and I don't want to seem like I'm favoritism or being playing favoritism to players. So what I would do is I would, you know, I would talk to everybody and try to teach everyone. But I had to realize that typically the players who don't see the future in basketball, or maybe they just have like other teams and obligations, those are not the players that want to really learn the details or be stopped. Or it's typically the players who want to get better, want to improve, wants to understand you as a coach, that sticks to me like a sponge, and they typically get better. They typically improve. Unless they're just jumping around from team to team, right? Like every coach has a different philosophy. But for me, you know, when I was growing up, I only had about 4 coaches in my whole life, right? Like let me see, I had my youth coach, Marvin Bob. Well, I mean, I not say coach, let's say coaching staff. Youth coach, Marvin Bob. I went to Luzerne, that coach. I didn't really do anything for Lackawanna. Aloni, that coaching staff, and Adam State. So I only really technically, like 3 or 4. So I wasn't exposed to so many different personalities and teams growing up. The kids today, they playing with 4 at a time. They playing with 4 different groups at a time. So, you know, when it comes to being a coach, I'm just an old school coach that tries to give you the best that I can. I try to teach. I can't remember what shoes I had in 6th grade, but I can remember a drill one of my coaches taught me in 6th grade. So I try to be one of those coaches that leaves a lifelong impression, right? But you know, some people don't see it that way. But moving on. Now, I was at the Super Bowl party, right? And then one of the guys, shout out to him, one of the scorers, I should say, he stopped me. He said, "Yo, Scoring Society, what's good, bro? You know, I'm a big LeBron fan, just like you." So I'm like, I appreciate that. But he was like, the issue with LeBron that a lot of my friends have, this is him talking to me, is that LeBron doesn't carry himself like a GOAT. Like everybody we didn't start using the word GOAT until like Jordan anyway, right? Or Kareem. But all those guys were stern, mysterious. Like you go look at the documentary about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Showtime on HBO. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he was standoffish. He was in his own world. He was doing his own thing. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Like you go look at some of the stuff, it was like, I'm doing my own thing. Y'all can join. I'm doing my own thing, right? Iman Shumpert said this. He was like, LeBron, one of those guys who's trying to teach everybody. He want to show everybody, right? A guy like Kobe, Melo, these guys, they're going to show you that, but it's going to be like, I can't put you in my brain. I can't I can't do it for you. You know what I mean? So I feel like Jordan and Kobe was mirrors of each other, right? And then LeBron, he's going to be over there. He's going to still kill you, but then he might be playing flip cups with the boys at the end of the bench when they up 40. And so now people don't look at that as a GOAT. And to me, I find that strange sometimes. Because you're looking at it like, y'all not really mad at this guy. Y'all don't really dislike this guy. Y'all not really calling this guy y'all not saying he's not the GOAT because of play. Not all of you guys anyway. A lot of this stuff is just off script stuff. You just going off script. Like, nah, bro, this is how we see life. This is how we see our GOAT. We want our GOAT to be mysterious and determined. It's like, bro, y'all not even that person. Like, you ain't serious about your life like that. You ain't determined every time. You laugh like everybody else laugh. What you mean? So that was interesting that he came up to me and said that. And I agree with him. I'm gonna talk about that more in some of the clips I'm gonna post on Instagram. But yeah, I still think I believe that LeBron is the GOAT just off of the way he plays. But you know, if you're looking for a personality thing, I ain't trying to date the man. Goddamn. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be trying to date. They be wanting to identify with the players so bad. Like, dog, you ain't Kobe. You ain't wake up. If I told you, all right, let me ask you this. E. We get 10 people, 365 days out of the year. You say, look, I'll give you $5,000 a day if you wake up and work out at 4:30. You got to work out 3 times a day. 4 times a day, starting at 4:30. Then you got to work out again at 9:30. Then you got to work out again at 12:30. Then you got to work out again at 7 o'clock at night. 10 people, including yourself. Do you think you can last the whole year? You got to do it every day though, 365 days, or do you think you'll get enough money and be like, all right, y'all got that 4:30 morning workout, cuz?
For me, for 5 bands every day.
5 bands every day.
I'll survive the whole year. Because every workout is not going to be the same.
That's not true.
It can't be the same.
Why can't it?
My body's going to tear it down.
We've talked to people on our podcast who played with Kobe Bryant. Samaki Walker shared a story where Kobe Bryant was working out for 2 hours doing basketball footwork, basketball moves with no basketball. You be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every workout is not gonna be the same.
No, because it's about repetition. You want to do everything the same. Not every workout. You're right. Every workout ain't gonna be the same back to back. Yeah. But all right. So what if for a week we just gonna focus on making 1,000 shots from the right corner next week?
See, I'll be able to do it because it's 5 bands. I know that there's a bigger play.
All right,
line, you know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me after you done stacked up at least 100 bands, you just stacked up 100 bands now, you still got the same enthusiasm?
Bro, this is a bigger play, bro. Trying to get to a mil by the end of the year.
You can get that easy.
5 bands a day in 365 days.
What's the math on that?
I don't know.
What's the math on that, dog?
I got you right here. Bro, that's 1.8 mil, bro.
All right, look. Boy, so you gonna leave the other 800,000 on the table then once you get to a mil?
No. I'm getting to that. I'm getting into that.
How you gonna leave the other 8 mil? You gonna leave the other 800 on the table?
We leaving no more.
I guarantee you put 10 people, give 10 people that same scenario.
It's not easy. I know it's not because it's gonna be a mental challenge more than anything. So it's
I'm telling you,
it's not gonna be easy.
That,
I'm not saying it's
but you got to remember too. You got to still be a person. You got family, you got press. Like Josh Powell talked about how he never seen Kobe Bryant tired. Kobe Bryant went out. So you mean to tell me you go out with the boys You still 4:30 in the morning.
I might not go out.
No, you got to be a You got to be a regular person.
I'll isolate myself from the world,
and don't forget you got games too.
Games too.
You got games too. You got to play in the games. Now it's getting harder, ain't it? Bro, it's getting harder mentally, huh?
I'm gonna get to the 1.8, bro.
Man, you gonna get to the 1.8? I guarantee you, most dudes are. So let me ask you this. Yeah. So why you don't do it now?
There's no money. There's no money.
Who's to say that? You think Kobe Bryant was working out because there was money involved before the money came?
That's different though.
It's not different.
Because if you're a top. See, I always think about it like this. If you're a top 100 player, you working out for a reason. There's a purpose. You trying to go to college? You trying to get to the league?
I'm talking regular life.
That's different. I work out every day. It's no
problem.
No.
I'm talking about on your craft. Why aren't you working on your craft 6 hours a day?
That's different.
How is it different?
Because I'm saying that's my craft. Like that's something
that's his craft.
Passionate about.
That's his craft.
Yeah, I'll say that's like, you know what I'm saying.
It's the same shit.
It's the same thing. Yeah. I'm not
so why don't you work on it? Do you work on it 6 hours a day?
Yeah, I do my craft every day.
That's not the question.
Yeah.
6 hours a day is the question.
But I work on my craft more than 6 hours a day, bro.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. All right. I can take that. 365?
Yo, I work on my craft every day.
Every day.
I can't remember a day I didn't work on my craft.
Okay. You know fair enough. All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Would you be able to do it? Would you be able to do all this? Like, would you be able to really work out 3-4 times a day, 365 days, $5,000 a day? And the moment you miss you late, you can't be late for no workout. You miss one workout, where you think you'll stop? Let me know in the comments.
You think you could do it?
Come on, bro. That's nothing. That I do it regardless. Like I can't remember a time I slept past 5 o'clock. Like I can. Now there's been times I probably woke up and went back to sleep. But if I had like $5,000, it's very seldom. Like if I wake up past 5 o'clock in the morning, it's because I went to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You're not thinking about the fatigue, the body fatigue, the mental fatigue.
Dog, I have a torn ACL and I still like box. You've seen it. Like I was boxing I was training 3 times a day with boxing, and I had no aspirations to box.
No, that's fair. Okay.
I don't got no problem. I love like I don't look at it like I look at it as a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Like I've never been on a diet.
Yeah.
Like when people oh, I'm going on a diet. No, I just look at it as this is a lifestyle, baby. This ain't no diet. This is a lifestyle. I just don't eat bullshit every day. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of your generation, I was talking to another guy, right? And he was like, yeah, man, there's a such thing as YouTube. YouTube. You can see everything. You can go back and watch all this stuff. Now, I agree with you to a certain extent. There are certain things you had to be there. You just had to be there to embrace it. You know? Like, for instance, have you ever seen the pro models? Adidas pro models?
No, I never seen those.
If I showed you if you look up the Adidas pro models right now, you'd be like, yo, them jeans is terrible, bro. What? Y'all was wearing those? Go look it up. Just look it up. Adidas pro models. They was the hottest shoes at one point. You see it?
Yeah, he's trash, bro.
They trash, ain't they?
Trash. He's terrible,
right.
Bro.
But here's the thing about it. Are you familiar with the ABCD camp?
Yeah, I heard of it.
ABCD camp used to get these pro models out. At one point, you had to have been to the ABCD camp to get a certain color of pro models. Okay. So there was these green pro models. It was red pro models, I can remember. Green and red. That ABCD camp gave to all potential All-American players, right? That's what gave the significance of the pro models. Because you understood that those shoes was for All-Americans. Now, you see how you looked at them in this day and age, like they trash. They probably was trash back then, but because we was in the moment, they were the greatest shoes of all time.
Once you said that story, it's like it kind of gives it some lore.
There you go.
It gives some lore, you know what I'm
Same thing. Same thing with Jordans, right? Jordans was not only a different shoe, right? Like you gotta remember when the first Jordans came out, they were black and red. At that time, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were the guys, right? Follow me? Go look at their shoes. They were similar, just different colors. All the shoes looked the same, and then Jordan pop out. Jordan pop out with them black and red ones, right? But he was getting fined every time he wore them. But he wore them to the public. It was a sense of rebellion. It was a sense of rebelling against the world, right? So what happens? Everybody want the shoes now. It stood for something. It meant something. Then, of course, he's killing on the court. Come out there chewing the gum. His shoes standing out like sore thumbs, right? Now, everybody want the shoes. Everybody want a piece of Jordan. That changed the whole makeup of how everybody view Jordans. Like, I want you to understand something. Jordan had the best marketing and branding of all time. Of all time. Here's how I know. People were killing each other for shoes. Now think about this. The person who walked outside one day and said, yo, just imagine this, E. This probably never happened to you. Just imagine somebody walking up to you saying, yo, give me your shoes. Give me your shoes, bro. Right? Like, they taking your shoes. Like, you done walked in these shoes, your feet sweaty. Like, you done got creases. They just wanted your shoes because they were Jordans. Now, think about it. You think a basketball player would do that?
Rob someone for the shoes?
They like just ran an actual basketball player. Not somebody who played basketball, but a basketball player.
Like rob someone for the
Yes.
shoes? Yeah, of course.
You think a basketball player would?
Yeah. I mean, I've been I know some basketball players who would, like, you know what I'm saying, if you left your shoes around, they'll take that.
That's stealing. That's not robbing.
Rob someone for these shoes? Possibly. You might have some basketball kids who want the Jordans.
So you think...
Depending on the environment you in.
I can't recall... When I say basketball player, I'm not saying somebody who played basketball at the park. I'm talking about a player who has ambition, a player who he could be going to, like he has aspiration to play at a higher level.
Yeah, I don't see that player doing that. Nah.
So think of how crazy the branding is and marketing is for a shoe, for somebody to risk their freedom for them. You know how insane that sounds? Like, nobody ever tried to rob somebody like gunpoint for Converse. You know what I mean? That just sounded insane. But his shoes was different. So now somebody might be listening to this or watching this and thinking to themselves, yeah, that sounds crazy. Like, you about to do 15 years for some sneakers? That sounds silly. But again, you had to be there. You had to be there to understand how much his shoes meant to the world. Like, I'm gonna go off of the script a little bit. I'm not even gonna talk about sports athletes right now. You know what Michael Jackson is, right? Now, let me ask you this. If I played you a Michael Jackson song, would you pass out? Would you pass out because the song is that great?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Listen to me. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. At one point in life, people were passing out over Michael Jackson. Passing out. You feel me? Like, when I say passing out, it's not he like in the song, he doing his thing, right? He doing his thing, and people just loving the song, they just get overheated and they pass out. I'm talking about Michael Jackson used to come on stage and literally sit like this for three minutes. And I'm talking about the crowd going crazy. Oh, oh, oh my God, no. Listen, he would sit for 3 minutes. Ah, and it get louder. It just keeps getting louder and louder. Oh my God. And you see people being carried out on stretchers. Now, does it sound crazy? Does it sound crazy to you?
That sounds the same, bro.
You had to be here, though. You had to be there. You just had to be there to understand it. How much, let me ask you this. When you buy a pair of socks, right? What would it do? Do you try to keep them clean? Your socks clean?
Of course, I try my best to keep them clean.
Try your best to keep them clean,
Yeah.
right? Would you purposely slide your feet on the floor every day?
No, me now, no, I wouldn't purposely slide my feet on the floor every day.
Everyone had dirty socks because of the moonwalk. It sound crazy, right?
No, that sounds reasonable though. You trying to practice a move that you seen MJ do.
Every day, new socks.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All your bottom of your socks are dirty. You didn't have a designated pair of socks for this. You just every day.
You ain't use no church shoes.
You can't use shoes to do the moonwalk.
You get church shoes. You know how they have the slippery bottom?
That's just different. That's just different, brother. But listen, look, you see that? Wasted socks, see? But you had to be there. You had to be there. Mike Tyson. What if I told you that what if I told you it costs $100 to watch his fights, right? But they won't go past the second round every time, except for maybe 5 of them. Would you pay the $100 every time?
You talking about now?
I'm saying, would you do it?
No, I would have paid 100.
You want to pay the 100? Why not? Why not? Why would you pay the 100, bro?
There's multiple ways.
Even if you didn't have the ways.
If I didn't have the ways.
Let's say it's the only way, but you're a boxing fan, and Mike Tyson, you only see him on pay-per-view, and you got to pay $100, but his fights don't go past.
I mean, I'll probably pay just to see if it goes past it. Like it's like the instant.
Every time?
Yeah, like is he gonna last past the second round? You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what people were doing.
You know what I mean?
Like you see how now it just sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mean I just wait for the highlights.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Back then it was like people paying hard-earned money. Fight 40 seconds. The fight 1 minute and 35 seconds. Like we was paying our hard-earned money to see if somebody make it past the third round. Mike Tyson was different. But now kids use like the YouTube thing as like a sense of FOMO. You feel what I'm saying? It's just certain things they just use as a sense of FOMO. Like, not sense of FOMO, like the fear of missing out is FOMO. That's what FOMO is. People try to use YouTube like, oh yeah, I watch it on YouTube. YouTube don't do everything justice, bro. Like you see how I just described all this stuff? Like imagine somebody getting shot and killed over some damn sneakers. That just sounds stupid. Somebody passing out because somebody's standing there sounds crazy. Now, like, you don't understand, like for instance, like even like you think about guys like Magic Johnson. I don't talk about him a lot. I know how good he was, but I didn't get the full thrill of Magic Johnson. Like the guys who 50 and up, they remember Magic Johnson just being in college, bro. Like the enthusiasm that they had when he went against Larry Bird, that rivalment, everything, that Magic, that Lakers versus Celtics rivalment, the world to a 50-year-old man at that time. Now we look at it like, Magic probably wouldn't even be a starter in this day and age. Like you like, damn. But it's just different, bro. Like, so I understand when people say it's YouTube, but yo, you just had to be there. You literally had to be there. But let's get into some all-star stuff. If I talk about the James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, would I mess it up?
No, tell what you want to talk about, bro.
Okay, well, my fault. I just because I don't know if you got it like listed as I sent it.
Nah, you good.
Donovan Mitchell, and my boy James Harden, man, they look like a good tangent. What you think? You get a chance to see them play?
I saw him play a little bit. James Harden. I enjoy James Harden's game. I really enjoy his game.
You know what? The cool thing about James Harden is that he's no stranger to working with star players. Like, I think every step of the way, with the exception of, when he had his best statistical year, is he had to work with a star player. He had to work with obviously a Kevin Durant, a Russell Westbrook, came off the bench. A Chris Paul, a Russell Westbrook again. A Paul George, a Kawhi Leonard, a Kevin Durant again. A Kyrie Irving, a Jimmy, not Jimmy, Embiid, Joel Embiid. Obviously Kawhi, like I already said. So Donovan Mitchell wouldn't be no different. So anybody who thinks that this James Harden thing is not going to work is silly. You know why you think James Harden and the Donovan Mitchell duo wouldn't work? Is because you want James Harden to score 35 points a game. And he doesn't do that anymore. He's a 21 to 25 point guy. And he takes and his shots is very selective. It's still going to take some time for the pieces to make sense, though. Like I watched Ellis, Schroeder. And the thing with them is that even James Harden, the thing about those guys, they coming from a losing situation, so the culture might be a little different as far as like playing time, shot selection, who gets the ball, how often they get the ball. They're very competitive players, so some might feel like I'm better than him. But I don't like to project. But that's the only thing I see in that team. They beat Sacramento this past weekend. They didn't beat them by a lot, so it wasn't convincing to some. But I see the potential. I think James Harden can play with anybody. He already proven he played with the best players of all time, with the exception probably of LeBron.
You think the Cavs get better with these new pickups?
Yeah, I think they get better. Long as James don't like disappear in the playoffs, right? But they got a lot of wisdom on that team now. They got a lot of wisdom, and they get better in the East Coast for sure. They're definitely contenders. The Detroit Pistons and the Knicks, obviously the Cavs, top contenders right now. Am I forgetting anyone?
Boston, you got Boston in there?
Oh, Boston's in there for sure. So they're the top 4 guys.
Your Sixers? You gonna put your Sixers in there?
Nah, Sixers, I'll say they're 5th. They're not in that. They're not in that top 4. And that's because their style of play is just, it's typically like iso ball. You can't win championships like that. You could beat some bad teams. You could go to the wire with some decent teams. But being a great team, you can't play iso basketball for 48 minutes. You got to be able to move the basketball. You got to have a consistent flow. You got to have a system involved, But man, I'm looking forward to seeing James Harden and Donovan Mitchell progress. I think they're the best duo, backcourt at least. At least the best backcourt in I'm going to say the East. I might go on a limb and say the whole league. What's a better duo? Wait, what's a better backcourt? Backcourt.
Luka and Austin Reeves, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that could be better. I agree. Maybe. Yeah, but I'm thinking like Luka and James don't play defense. And Austin Reeves, I think Luka and James don't play defense. Austin Reeves kind of canceled himself out because he's not better than Donovan Mitchell, but Luka plays better than James. So it's a tough split. It's
crazy.
It's a tough split.
Really should be a no-brainer.
I think Luka is the better player, but if you see, it's because it's tough, right? Like Donovan Mitchell will play some defense. I don't think Luka's having his way with Donovan Mitchell the entire time.
Bro, he's too small for
Luka. I mean, I don't think he's having his way.
Bro, he's dropping 40, bro.
Donovan Mitchell, he played too hard, man.
Wasn't this
for 48 minutes?
He's dropping 40, bro.
Nah, that'd be tough.
What's this? Cavs play the Lakers. I want to see that matchup. Actually. Austin Reeves, is he taking it? He could cook James Harden because he's like He a little scrappy too. Don't sleep on Austin Reed's defense, man.
Yeah,
He a
they
little
might be there, bro. I might have to do a survey on that. Who's the better duo, James Harden, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic? We'll see. But anyhow, let's talk about the All-Star. All-Star weekend is coming up, and you know what? I gotta be real, bro. One of my best All-Star games, my favorite All-Star games was 2001. 2001 was probably the best games for me. I believe Allen Iverson got the MVP for that one. He got the MVP for that one. It unlocked new stars to me. Like they was just on a different. I think they like that whole group of guys was legendary, except for maybe like Antonio Davis. But other than that, everybody was like they was competing. They wasn't like Kevin Garnett was a hater. Like he wasn't letting nobody get oops. He wasn't letting no one catch a damn oop, bro. He was a hater for that. I like the different jersey themes. I like that. I don't know why. I just like when they all wore different jerseys. You know what I mean? Yeah, like their own team jerseys. I don't really like I think when it got to 2006, it just got kind of goofy with like the All-Star weekend. I think that's when they started like really just doing anything, and then they had the jerseys and all that stuff. But 2001, it was like competitive. They had to come back from 20. I remember the game starting out as being like 15-0 or 15-0 or 13-0 or some shit. And they were just battling. They were just battling, playing. And then you see the enthusiasm in the win. Like AI, he point to his jersey. Stephon Marbury. Yeah, we the ones. We the real splitters. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have that anymore, though. You don't have it anymore. What do you expect? Do you think the All-Star game, let me ask you this, E. Do you think the players of the NBA hear your voice? Like when y'all sit and be like, the All-Star game week, they be like, man, we're going to show them what week is. Let's get out there and show them what we do. You think they feel like that?
I feel, some players may feel like that, like Wemby. I feel like Wemby, Giannis, some certain players may feel like, yo, we finna put on a show, we finna compete. Then it gets to a point where it's like, dude, like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. Because I think the foreigners, they got a country to represent. The Americans, they just got a neighborhood to represent. The neighborhood already proud of them. They already proud. Like, yeah, Aunt my boy, man, we went to high school together. They already proud. The Giannis, he can't do it. He like, I gotta represent the whole country of Greece. You know what I'm saying? I gotta represent the country. Wemby, like, I gotta represent France.
I think it's just different times too, though. You don't think so? Like different eras, different cultures. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I'm not one of these guys who just think everything will stay the same. I think everything gets watered down over time, right? Like music, all of it gets watered down over time. Like it's not gonna be the same. Like you got to change it up, and also you won't like it like the same either. Like I think since I've known so much about basketball, I don't look at it the same. Like I don't look at it in the ways I used to, like as just a raw fan, like just wanting one person to score a lot of points and then the team win. I started to see why they don't win. I started to see why one person has more opportunity than others. I started to see all those little things, But that's just me though. That's just me. I'm not trying to influence anyone else to my direction. Now we got a 3-point contest. Oh, my fault. My bad. I skipped over something. Alperen Sengun is now the All-Star. I think that's deserving. But some boy did some attention. He called a referee out of her name. A female dog. You can go fill in the blank. Here's the thing, man. I like Alperen Sengun. I really do. I really like his game. But he's always arguing, bro. He's always arguing, bro.
No, you can't put that against him, bro.
Bro.
Come on, bro.
And it's like he's always arguing. It hurts your image. Like you a power forward. You're going to get hit, bro. Like, you want every call? You a power forward. How they gonna get every call? Like, that is your... Now, I understand the guards, like, they get to the basket. Like, you seeing them from an eye standpoint. I'm seeing you dribble up the court. Nobody touching you. I'm seeing this the entire game. You get hit, whistle. Because I seen something different. You are a power forward. You're running down, trying to seal, contact. Trying to post up, contact. You're the closest thing to the basket, contact. Soon somebody hits you. What? Where's the foul? You like, bruh. Like, just play, bro. Because things like this, to me, hurt your legacy. If you care about a legacy, right? Like, some people just don't even care about a legacy, you feel me? But if you care about a legacy, follow me? How are we going to rank you one of the top power forwards of all time? And you crying every second you get. Chris Webber didn't cry. No, some of the dudes did cry, but they don't cry as much as you. Like, I'd be like, God damn. Because I was about to say Rasheed Wallace, but Rasheed Wallace got so many texts because he was whining. Like, but you look at guys like Tim Duncan, like these guys. You look at some of these guys' games, it's like, yo, y'all cry so much, bro. Played it, and they be sitting there like now. I think the difference. I think they all had like some level of like, yo, call the foul. You know what I mean? But the difference between today's basketball players, Luka, Alperen Sengun, is that they will literally let their team go play defense while they talk to the ref on the other end. Like, that stuff, it'd be like, yo, what are we doing?
Got bad habits.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I remember when I was coaching, a parent was like, Sean, we need you to talk to the refs more. No, y'all don't. I'm not talking to the ref. They didn't call the foul. I'm going to say, yo, that's the foul. And then they're not going to stop and be like, oh, yeah, he did say it's a foul. My bad. Bring it back. Like, no, I'm moving on to the next play, and I'll talk to him at halftime or a dead ball. Like, come on, bro.
How you feel about the ejection, though? You think
yeah, he called out a name.
But you don't think...
That's somebody's wife. That's somebody's mom, bro. Like, that's somebody's daughter, sister. You on national TV at that. You don't do nothing like that, bro. You're a professional. I expect that at a damn fucking adult league. You know what I mean? But you're a professional.
But you don't think they calling all these refs all types of names?
Yeah, that's it. You should be ejected. We grown men, grown women. Like, you getting paid millions of dollars, bro. I understand you passionate. That's why you got to where you are. But don't be calling people out their name, bro. You don't call people out their name. You don't do stuff like that. That's not right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you wouldn't do that if you was in the hood. If you played at the Drew League in the summertime, somebody mama reffing the game, and you call out her name. You think Alperen Sengun is going to be in Watts calling a woman out of her name, black woman, out of her name in the hood? You like, now I can say he's gonna be frustrated, but you think he called him out of the name? He not doing that.
Yeah,
you know he not doing. So you picking and choosing. Picking and choosing. Nah, we can't be doing that, bro. Like, I'm all for like man. Sometimes when I'm coaching, I be chirping a little bit. Yo, where the foul at, bro? Like, yo, we gotta get this in control. Yo, bro, dang, you gonna get him hurt? Like, I'm talking like that, but come on, bro.
But let's see, you're a little older now, so you like.
I was never doing that when I was young.
For real, like when you was hooping,
I'm not sitting there talking to the ref though, because that was considered soft.
Oh yeah,
that was considered soft. Like my friends, forget the coach, forget coaching. The teammates wouldn't even allow it. My teammates wouldn't allow me to be sitting there talking to the refs. Like, what you doing? Like, yo, get back. Yo, come on, bro. Who cares? It's over. Like, you would not hear that, bro. No, bro. Like, we found satisfaction on getting fouled and going through contact and finishing the play. And one. That was our thing. Hey, that's our thing. You wasn't getting ticky-tack fouls and like, hey, like you wasn't doing none of that, dog. You wasn't doing none of that. You saw it, man. And the defenders, everybody gonna be on your back about that. Come on with that soft stuff, bro. Stop calling them fouls. Like you couldn't even play. Like if you was playing and then somebody bumped you and you was like, foul. What? Oh, bro, I didn't want to play with you, bro. Like people wouldn't even play with you. Not where I'm from. They wouldn't even want to play with you. You call a foul for every little thing? Get out of here, bro. Go on B court. Go on B court, bro. You bugging. You bugging with this, bro. But yeah, man, just hoop. Shout out to Alperen Sengun, man. Congratulations, man. But just hoop, bro. Don't be calling people out their name, man. You better than that. The 3-point competition. 3-point competition. Here are the names that's going to be participating. You have Devin Booker, Con Knappel, Damian Lillard on a torn, Achilles. Torn Achilles. Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis, and Norman Powell are your 3-point specialists for this weekend. Who you like? Who you got in there?
Yo, to be honest, I got Con.
Con Knappel?
Yeah. Con, yeah, I got Con.
He got the higher percentage of everyone, 42%. However, he has the least gravity of everyone when shooting this. Bobby Portis is a stretch forward, so that's going to be interesting to see. Typically, players with hitches in their shot aren't good in 3-point competition. From my knowledge, from what I can remember. Con Knappel, I think he is probably the favorite because he is a set shooter. He is a catch and shoot guy, right? Tyrese Maxey shoot a lot off the dribble. Donovan Mitchell shoot a lot off the dribble. Norman Powell. Yeah, he got a hitch in the shot. He not necessarily always about the hitch. It's more so about the fluidity of the shot. Yeah, like if you got to jump, you got to get a lot of lift on your shot. Typically, those guys don't win a lot of the 3-point contests.
I see what you're saying. Like people who like jump.
Yeah, they got to jump really high. Yeah. I mean, granted, Ray Allen was pretty good at it. Reggie was pretty good at it. I can't think off the top of the head they won any 3-point contests. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the guys, like Steph Curry, he shoot on the way up. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't require a lot of motion.
He don't leave the ground. He really don't elevate off the ground like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't elevate over defenders, but he shoot on the way up. Mm-hmm. So his shot is more fluid. Mm-hmm. These guys who got to jump and shoot, it's hard for them. With that said, out of all the guys, when I think about their shooting form, their shooting technique, Con Knappel was one of the guys who don't have to jump high to shoot. He just shoots on the way up as well.
Fan favorite? I'm going for D-Book, though.
I want to see Con Knappel win it.
Yeah.
If I had to go even underdog more, Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis. I don't know what he's doing in it, to be honest with you. He doesn't strike you as a 3-point shooter. I mean, I don't know.
Would you leave him open?
I mean, no.
Would you call a play for him as a coach?
And no, I wouldn't call play for. If I'm a coach, I wouldn't call play for Bobby Portis to hit a 3. I would call play for somebody else on that team before I go for Bobby Portis.
Like who?
I mean, I don't watch Milwaukee, so
look. See, you just hating now. You just hating. That's hate. That's all y'all do. That's y'all favorite thing. I don't know who, but anybody but him. Like anybody but him. I mean, say Lopez. Fuck it. Let's put Lopez in there. Like, dog, this dude, he get his shots. He a good set shooter. I like Bobby Portis. The reason why I like Bobby Portis is because I know he's a workaholic. He works hard. He's been in the league almost 10 years now, 11 years now. And he bounced around. Now, he didn't really bounce around like that, but he's a hard worker. So I can imagine that he's going to be in the gym working hard. I feel like Devin Booker is going to be like, let me get some shots up today. All right, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I feel like Con Knappel, it has something to prove as a rookie. So he's going to come in. Damian Lillard, He has a torn Achilles.
But he been shooting though. I heard he been in the gym shooting.
Damian Lillard got that dog in him though, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes some noise. But listen, y'all, I don't want y'all to be like, oh yeah, Damian Lillard, look, he was injured. He did 3-point contest. LeBron, he was barely injured. He didn't play. Like, no, bro, he's shooting jump shots. Relax. Tyrese Maxey, these guys are off the dribble shooters, but he another guy who don't have to lift high on the shot. Well, I guess he does. Donovan Mitchell, another lifter on the shot. Jamal Murray, another lifter on the shot. Norman Powell, same thing. So yeah, my picks is my first pick is Con Kneppel, and my second pick is Bobby Portis. I'm going with the underdog. All right. Now, as you all know, we are in Black History Month. Black History Month is an amazing month. I think it should be. I'm gonna say it like this: Black History Month is a month that is necessary. It is necessary. If you're Black, I think you should celebrate your history as a lifestyle. And what I mean by that is pay homage to the people before you. Take advantage of the sacrifices that they made. Don't, like, it was a time, it wasn't okay for us to read. Read some books. Read books. Today we want to acknowledge Oscar Robertson. That's right, the Big O. We know him as the Big O. We know him as the triple doubles. We know him as the champion with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We know him as the basketball player on the court. But what we don't know, what is not talked about enough, is his upbringing and his contribution to the NBA as we see it today. He was born in Indianapolis. Section 8 housing. Obviously a standout player. He had an opportunity to play at the University of Cincinnati. But being a standout player, when he would go to away games, they would refuse him service. They would not serve. Hotels wouldn't allow him to stay there. The campus in Cincinnati, he couldn't even stay on campus. Imagine that. You're the best player in the world at the time, and definitely best player at the school, and they like, listen, we only need your skills. Stay your ass home. With that said, he goes to the NBA. And during this time, it was a reserve clause. It was called, and he filed a lawsuit against it. Now, for you guys who don't know what a reserve clause is, the player has no rights. Essentially, the player has no rights. The team owners could have that player forever. There was no negotiating the salary. You couldn't just negotiate salaries. You couldn't do any of those things. As the president of the Players Association, Oscar Robertson filed an antitrust lawsuit. And he started to get blackballed. He started to get bad media. People started saying he was greedy. He was difficult to work with. That was 1970. In 1976 ended the legal battles. It ended the reserve clause in 1976. Players were allowed, after 1976, players were allowed to have a free agency, negotiate their salary, and go to any tournament, not any tournament, any team that they would like. Oscar Robertson once said this: I didn't get rich from that lawsuit. I just made it possible for other people to get rich. He wasn't celebrated back then, though. They still, the media put a nasty funk on him, but he wasn't celebrated. But over time, over the years, Big O became who I just said, Big O. He became known for his contribution on the basketball court averaging a triple-double, something that no one has ever seen before him. And here's the thing. We got to make light of this stuff because ultimately, when you see these max contracts, it's because of Big O. When players are allowed to say, hey, I got a no trade clause, meaning I go where I want to go. Y'all can't make money off me any way y'all want to make it off me. When a player says, hey, man, it's been 7 years, y'all ain't doing y'all. Listen, man, this is who y'all got. Oh, I'm out. Players can now do that because of Big O. So shout out to Big O. Shout out to Big O. Oscar Robertson, the great, for paving the way for us to talk about basketball, us to play basketball and have control of our basketball careers. So shout out to Big O, man. Now, that's all the time we have for today. Make sure you guys support the show. Go to goalsactivewear.com. Use code REALHOOPERS at checkout. You receive 30% off. It's all me. 30% off. 30% off. And remember, listen, man. Mom and pop store, man. We small, but we growing, so just support it. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society. What was it, hour 15?